shot of Netherlands.
Brazil.
He says I can't eat there though. He's like, you came all the way to Disney for Project Yuzu?
No.
Just kidding, no. It's okay. We're gonna go to Brazil
Not okay.
for the next 3 months in a row. It's okay. I'll live without eating pava de queijo at Epcot. Thinking Morocco. Sound good? Want to eat some Morocco? Lamb, chicken, shawarma, cotton roll plate. In Morocco. I work for the wrong airline. Look at these wings. Look at those. Look at the Hello Kitty. Airplane. Look at the air sickness bag. Taking a little break in Canada. Had to get some rosé in France. Needed a little drink. What do you think so far?
I think it's great.
We ate. So it's Food and Wine Festival in Epcot, so they have a lot of little booths with a lot of little bites. You can do a lot. You can just kind of stroll around and get a lot of little bites and try a lot of different things. So we got some Korean short ribs with rice and like Korean cucumbers pickles. And I had a really good like grapefruit sparkling rice brew. Didn't take any pictures or anything because we had just gotten off of Mission Space and I was feeling like a crazy person. And then we got a sushi roll. It's like a hand roll. You eat it, but it's like a sushi roll, but they don't slice it, so you just eat it with your hands in Japan. That was really good. And it's about 6 o'clock. A fireworks show in just under 3 hours, so I'm gonna go find some more stuff to eat. Yeah. We have to do our recap from yesterday from Epcot.
Kuna Matata.
We're listening to some Lion King. Today we're going to Hollywood Studios. Disney's Hollywood Studios for a little bit. Epcot had their food and wine event going on, which was super fun. They set up a bunch of extra little stands with little small bites, and you can get like a small glass of wine or a cocktail for a cheaper price. A lot of like the little plates were between like $5 and $7. A lot of the drinks, the small drinks, were between like $4 and $7 as well. So you could try a bunch of different things from a lot of different countries. Again, I'm sure a lot of people have been there. We're not professing to be experts right now. We're new pass holders. We're just kind of sharing some of the things we learned, some of the tips and tricks that we really liked for people without kids, because Disney's for everybody. We showed some of the things in the video, so you've already seen that. Things about Epcot.
Take left.
Soarin', we really loved that ride. Waiting in line for 50 minutes, of course nobody really enjoys that, but that's a super cool ride that we definitely recommend for anybody who likes thrill rides or not.
Space Mission.
Yeah, I was totally freaked out to go on Mission Space because like any ride where they even give you like a disclaimer card that you have to read before you go in, I was like totally freaked out. But like now that I understand that how it works, it doesn't freak me out as much. So basically they stick you in a little capsule and spin you around in a circle like a centrifuge at 35 miles an hour to replicate 2.5 G's anti-gravity, like what astronauts go through to learn what it's going to be like in space, go through space training. But yeah, like they like hype it up, and I understand why. I read online yesterday that a couple people have died, but that's because I know, sad, like totally morbid, but that's, they didn't heed the precautions. One of them was, I guess, a small boy. I was 4 years old. I wouldn't take a 4-year-old on this ride. I'm gonna say that. I don't feel like this ride, if you follow the instructions and you sit back and you keep your eyes open and you keep your head back, you're gonna be fine. But like if you don't follow the instructions, you're gonna hurt yourself, just like anything. So like, use your common sense, use your best judgment. They say don't go on there if you have any heart issues. Apparently somebody died because they had a heart issue and they went on the ride. I mean, people, when they tell you not to do something, don't do it. But that being said,
So a great ride.
It's a great ride. It is cool to like have that experience. If you don't like flying, if you're someone who's afraid of flying and doesn't like turbulence, as flight attendants who spend all their time in airplanes, we maybe wouldn't recommend this ride to you. Maybe not Soarin' either, because that replicates flying too. But that being said, we really like those. I really appreciate something I really appreciate about Epcot is it's really cool that like so many people have the opportunity to experience a lot of different cultures that they maybe haven't experienced in a short amount of time. You can see performances from Japan to Canada, you know, to Mexico, all within the span of like an hour. So I think that's a really cool thing. Again, as people who are like professional tourists, basically for our job, we're professional tourists. Like, I really appreciate that about Epcot.
Of characters to take pictures.
Yeah, and we took we took pictures with Pluto, and
that was pretty much it. But they had 9 characters.
they had a
there,
lot of characters there. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun at Epcot. Come hungry. We're excited to come back and check out like their holidays.
Oh yeah.
All the stuff about the holidays at Epcot too. So hopefully we'll be able to make a video about that later.
Reflections.
Yeah,
The
illuminations. The nighttime show is really beautiful. We did use a fast pass to go into the the viewing area. If you're not sure about how to use a fast pass, you can look at it on the Disney website. It was cool, but you can see it anywhere from around the lagoon. So, I mean, in the viewing area, you do get a good view of like how they light up all the buildings. But I do kind of think you could have just, you know, you can get a great view anywhere from around the entire lagoon. If you don't have a fast pass, just find yourself a nice little spot before 9 o'clock. And then remember that the show starts at 9, but that's also when the park closes. So as soon as that's over, y'all are out. Y'all gotta go home. Bar's closed. So, again, we're heading to Hollywood Studios, and I'll talk to you later.